G'day everyone, Jason Haines here once again, QPL Rural, with another edition of the Soaker, your weekly look at water markets across the Riverina. Well, certainly there's been a bit going on in the last week. I did miss out on last week's report on the last minute allocation there on the Friday. So obviously that was the big news for the week. Another 5% in the Murrumbidgee system and 3% down in the Murray. Been a long time between drinks, no doubt, in the Murray system, but hopefully a good sign of things to come. Obviously a season on the knife edge at the moment. It certainly feels very, very good. But as far as storages go and those sorts of things, well, it could go either way. So if it turns dry, we could be in the same boat as last year. If it turns wet, well, happy days. Now, the other event that's obviously happened off the back of the rain was those off-allocation events that went down the system during the week. So some good supplementary events there for people that were prepared, and some good water in some storages right across the Riverina as well. Righto, now let's have a close look at the markets. Murrumbidgee temporary water is now being quoted at $250 a megalitre. I believe we've probably got some softening effect on that, so we're probably heading close to $200 a meg there at the moment. Murray above the choke is quoted at $220, below the choke at $250. Lower Murrumbidgee groundwater has been quoted at $180. Now, I do see some trades there around that $200, so I think the real number for that lower Murrumbidgee groundwater is still around that $200 a megalitre, and lower Murray groundwater is quoted at $150. I can see trades, and there's people talking about numbers down around that sort of $90 to $100 a megalitre on that one at the moment, and that just reflects supply and demand in those southern markets. And lower Lachlan groundwater has been quoted at $180 a megalitre. Okay, now in permanent trades, Murrumbidgee General Security is still quoted around that $2,000 a megalitre. High security at the 7.5, so not a great deal of change there. Lower Murrumbidgee groundwater, now it's been quoted at $4,350 a megalitre. There's a bit of variation in this one. I think it probably has softened a little bit to around that sort of $4,200 to $4,300 a megalitre. Lower Murray groundwater, it's around $2,900 a megalitre on a dry basis, and that Zone 10 MIL water, we're looking at about $1,400 a meg on a dry basis. So again, what we are seeing is a little bit more confidence in those general security licences, particularly that MIL that really suffered there during last year. So a little bit more confidence in those general security licences that we might get an allocation this year. But as I said at the opening, a little bit early to tell. So lower Murrumbidgee groundwater, are looking forward to this new water year. Nobody really knows where that allocation is going to sit this year, but we are expecting some sort of a reduction in allocation or some sort of a mechanism to account for the pumping that's occurred in the last 12 months, or really 3 years, I suppose. So some uncertainty about this, and certainly that one could be the outlier. If we do get a wet season ahead of us, that one could be the outlier on where the market sits. Okay, now buyers of the week. I've got a buyer looking for some lower Murray groundwater entitlement. So if you're sitting on some of that, we'd like to take some of that off your hands. I'm looking for 2,000 to 3,000 megalitres of allocation for next season, so forwards, for probably Zone 2 bore water in the lower Murrumbidgee catchment there. We've got some mid-Murrumbidgee groundwater allocation to move on, and active buyers looking for both MIL, so that's Zone 10, and Murrumbidgee General Security entitlement as well. Okay, now it's time for the plug. Cameron Park Farming, Earth Moving and Trucking, right down there in Collyambley. Cameron Park do a lot of different things. They're busy planting at the moment, no doubt. But give Don or John a call. They've got graders, they've got trucks, farming equipment as well. They're very local, very handy, right there in the centre of that Collyambley irrigation area, and they'll certainly help you out. So please give Don a call. That's 0458 548 534, or John on 0427 548 534 as well, and they'll be more than happy to talk to you about your agricultural and contracting requirements. So as always, if you'd like any more information, please give me a call at any time, 0488 594 450. Let's catch up again next week. Cheers.